All right, so what we got on the list today, some of you may know what all this is. This is for a dual clutch on a Ford. So my technician spent a few days working on it. This is his first time. He was pretty confident, so I didn't really babysit him at all. Took a little bit longer than I had wanted him to, but hey, you're learning. You're trying new things out. Well, then we had a bunch of issues, and then it wouldn't run through the learning procedure. So there's a learning procedure, and what it does is, first of all, it'll run through all the gears, make sure it knows what gear it's in, and then what it does is it'll run a position test for each of the stepper motors. So there's a stepper motor up here, a stepper motor down here. And what those stepper motors do is they drive a cam in here, and these are on a ramp. I'll show you right here. So this right here, if you can see, I'm gonna hold the word, kind of see how that's a massive ramp there? So this will sit in the transmission like so, and it'll be cocked down like that, right? And so as that stepper motor runs that little carriage up there with with the rollers on it, this thing will come up, it'll push on either this one or this one, and that will disengage the pressure plate forks. So that's how that operates. So you have your outer pressure plate, inner pressure plate, and these are two separate clutches in one. And that's why your throw-up bearing looks like this, at least on this vehicle, right? So that's why you have two. He somehow put it in backwards. Not really sure how, but he managed to put it in backwards and put it all together. I mean, the first job I put him on was a Duramax head gaskets. No issues. So I'm gonna have to have a little conversation with him as to why this might have happened. But that's how that entire system operates, right? And so then when you go through the relearn procedure, it's looking at input shaft speed, because depending when it disengages both of these clutches, when that stepper motor runs that ramp or runs that screw in, and then it pushes that in and disengages the clutch, it's looking at input shaft speed of each one of the input shafts. So it wants to make sure that neither one is spinning. When it tries to run through the process, it kept failing, and he didn't know why. Well, we know why. So it also looks at amp draw of the stepper motor. So as the stepper motor turns, right, you have amps that will slowly progressively go up as that clutch gets pressed in more. So it kind of looks at a combination of a lot of different things. So that was the issue we were having. It wasn't the motor. So I swapped the motors around, it didn't change. I'm like, okay, there's something going on here. So I pulled the transmission down this morning. I got in really early because I was expecting to do a bunch of other stuff because we are super swamped. So, but I got the transmission out in an hour, saw the issue. Okay, good, we can move on. But I kind of wanted to just make a quick little video to show you guys. Luke does have a video on how to explain everything. Mind you, it's not that great. It has a bunch of overlay of sound. It's super loud. I don't understand why manufacturers do that, but that's something we just got to teach the younger generation, right? I mean, he's a younger kid. You think he's like 22, and I get it. It's easy to screw up stuff like this, but it's one of those things you just got to slow down. Just slow down. And he didn't ask questions because I think he thought he was pretty confident how it went together. Clearly it was not, right? I mean, it's okay. It's for our older generation for us to teach the younger generation. So we can't just tell the younger generation, you guys suck because you're not learning well. They might not be learning because the older generation is not teaching them. But that's the rant for another time. Just thought I'd show you guys, that's how this thing operates. And then this clutch actually sits in the transmission like so. And then there's a snap ring that goes out here that holds the bearing in, and then there's a puck that goes in here that is also geared to this, and that snaps in. I just used that down there to help pull this thing out. So, not a big deal. The only thing that got damaged was the throw-out bearing, as far as I know. That was pushed onto there, so that was grinding against this. This is hardened steel, so it didn't hurt that at all. And the little bit of time we did run it, it's not gonna affect anything. So the only thing I'm scared of is making sure that those clutch forks didn't get damaged. I don't think they did, but we'll find out once we open it up. because I don't know how he got that in there. But I see what he did. He was thinking, I mean, which it kind of makes sense, because on a normal vehicle, your throwout bearing is just one single bearing, right? And so then your bearing will push against this and a clutch fork. So I see why he thought that these clutch forks would have to go against the throwout bearing, but on this style, it's the other way. So instead of this contacting that, which nonetheless, it's supposed to go like this, right? Not the other way around. So not a big deal. I thought I'd just make a quick little video, show you guys like how a dual clutch works, and then maybe if you're having issues, make sure you put it in properly, and then it works properly, believe it or not. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. It's Friday, and yeah, see you guys.